Great question.
Harp, Tucker, or Bellinger?
I think it depends on Alonso. If Alonso's back, I'm fine with Bellinger. He fills a lot of holes, and he can play first base and get Alonso's glove out of there at times. If Alonso's not there, I think you got to go and try and get Tucker because he's a better offensive player. He's a difference maker offensive, where Bellinger's just a really good player all around. So I think it has a lot to do with Alonso. But I don't think it's realistic to get Tucker, especially if Alonso's back.
The thing is if you have the chance to get Kyle Tucker, it's really hard to pass up on a guy like that. But my pick is for Cody Bellinger. Defensive versatility is my kryptonite. You can play 4 positions, average to above average. You could go play first base if for some reason they don't re-sign Pete Alonso, plus the outfield. He's a World Series champ, a Gold Glove, MVP, former Rookie of the Year. The resume is long. Had one of his best offensive years last year with the New York Yankees, and this is a guy I absolutely want on my team.
But if Alonso's not there, you want him instead of Tucker? I mean,
I want Cody Bellinger because in the long run, Harp, down the line, when Carlos Mendoza needs to make some moves or wants options, Cody Bellinger gives him
more offense.
He brings offense. He brings offense. He has great offense.
He doesn't bring Tucker's.
Yeah, I think Tucker's offensive.
Kyle Tucker's never hit more than 30 home runs or hit over 300 in one season.
Yes, but he's also never had the up-down that Cody Bellinger has. And also, look, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm dinging Bellinger because I love the player and I think the Yankees should re-sign him. Part of the reason I think that is because he had some extreme numbers in Yankee Stadium last year. He had I believe it was a 909 OPS at home, and it was 715 away. That's a pretty significant difference, with that nice left-handed swing and the porch there. So I do believe Kyle Tucker is a better solution for the Mets. Now, it would be interesting to see what they would do right field, left field there, because Tucker is a career right fielder. I think he's played 70-odd games in left field. Not that he couldn't do it. He could probably do anything. But then do you switch Soto over to left? Might be easier to play in Citi Field and have Tucker play right. If we get to that, we can debate that endlessly on BNNY. But I do think that Tucker is a clear.
Well, it's not like Bellinger is a slam dunk. He wants. Everybody thinks he wants to go back to the Yankees. So if they re-sign Alonso, are they going to get Tucker? I don't think so. So where do you go now for left field?
I'm more with you, Harb, that to me it really shouldn't be Bellinger or Tucker. It's Bellinger and Alonso or Tucker. I don't know if it's realistic to get Tucker and bring Pete back, but I know this. Bringing in Bellinger is not enough to replace Nimmo's offense and Alonso's offense.
Are they going to outbid the Yankees for Bellinger if they bring Alonso back? So there's a lot of facets to this thing.
Right, but I do think that you could make the case that they would be a better ball club with Bellinger and with Alonso back. No guarantee, but those are the type of moves that we're looking at here.
You mean
Coming
you can't sign everybody?
I know you can't. And what do you think here? More likely now that Pete stays with Nimmo gone?
You know, Sal, I've been going back and forth on this question because I think it's I'm not sure that the Nimmo trade is connected to Pete in any way, except other than to indicate, and I know Ron Darling has said this, that, the Stearns, no one is safe on the roster. Sentimentality is not a part of the way he is roster building. So, that plus the fact that David Stearns has done everything but take out billboards and get on top of the Empire State Building and yell, "Run prevention!" out loud time and time again. That's where he's going here. And obviously, Pete does not fit run prevention. He is run production. However, the need in the Met lineup for run production is still huge. And so I think there's still a chance he comes back. But, there's a lot going on here.
I think it has to be a greater chance. But, I mean, we don't know. As you said, it's all about this run prevention. How far is he going to take this? But I think most encouraging is that Boris made a point of saying during those GM meetings that Alonso's willing to be at least a part-time DH. So I think the fact that he put that out in the open tells me he's willing to do that. That's important because if you bring him back, you're bringing him back for his bat, and you're going to find ways to make them defensively better at first base. But I just don't see how this team is better in any way offensively if he's not there. I mean, maybe if you go get Kyle Tucker, maybe, but that's a ton of money they're going to have to spend on him.
Well, what Keith said, you can't replace the bat, is I think what stands out to me the most, which is true. Not only did he cut down on his strikeouts, he walked more, he made more contact, he made some adjustments. That's what I like to see in a guy who's probably fighting for a contract. He knew that throughout the season, but somewhere he wants to be, a place that he calls home. And to me, let's take the Mets part out of it, being a player who stays with one team their whole career. He is one of the best offensive first basemen in the entire league. I get the defense is average to below average, more on the below side. I understand. I got you, Harp. I understand. But the bat, there's nobody in the lineup. There's not enough guys right now. And you're gonna have to spend. You're gonna have to overspend to reproduce what he did. And I think bringing him back, if you don't bring him back, it's a mistake. And you are sorely gonna miss the offense more than anything else that he brings to the table.
And I do think, I'm with you, I think that this makes it more likely he comes back. Now, I could be completely misreading this because there's a thought, well, right, it has happened before. But there is a thought like, okay, you rip the Band-Aid off with Nimmo, a fan favorite. Well, now Alonso could be next, and Stearns can really put his fingerprints all over this roster. However, I'm of the thought that they moved on from one contract that they were committed to for 5 years beyond this year with an aging player who looks like he's getting old, who may have to be a DH. You're losing offense there. That would mean, to me, more likely you invest in Pete's power and have his offense. He could be willing to play some DH and have him at first base. So I do think that it's more likely. The one thing, though, Harp, we talked about it with Stearns putting more of his imprint. What do you think that Stearns' team is going to look like here as he really starts to put his hands on this thing?
That is the key. That's the unknown. You know, I mean, he built those teams in Milwaukee to be grinders, built on pitching and defense, but they never win in the postseason. You need more than grinders in the postseason to win. You need stars. You need guys who are going to hit home runs. So you can't just win with. You can win with run prevention, but I don't think you can win a championship if that's your main focus. I think you got to have big pop somewhere in that lineup. So that's where I'm going to be fascinated to see where he goes here. How's he going to fill that hole in left field? I mean, I don't think it's out of the complete realm of possibility that he goes defense there first. And now what do you have in that lineup? That's the big issue.
Correct. It's not like the Mets or the Yankees here, where the Yankees need a little more balance because they have so much power. I'm fine with building with balance, but the Mets need power. And if they lose Pete Alonso, they just don't have nearly enough of that.